What is up, Flick fans, and welcome back to my channel. I just watched The Foreigner.
Who you're dealing with?
Where those prophets that touch the leg won't they touch the soul? Somebody say a prayer for
Yes, I do. Do you?
So The Foreigner is directed by Martin Campbell, who has brought us some great films and also some mediocre films, and stars, of course, Jackie Chan and Pierce Brosnan. In my reviews, I like to talk about the good, I like to talk about the bad, and of course, give you guys my score. Let's get right into this. And first off, sorry about the bad lighting and the lack of green screen. I ain't got much today, but you're gonna have to deal with it. So this was a movie that going in, I didn't know how to feel about it. I had a little bit of anticipation because I love Jackie Chan, and I really enjoy Pierce Brosnan's work, but I wasn't set on what this movie was. I watched the trailer, I loved the trailer, I thought it was one of the best trailers of the year, but most of the times when you get a trailer for a movie like this, the movie winds up disappointing you. And did this movie disappoint me? No. No, it did not. It's not the best movie of the year by any stretch of the imagination, but it was a pleasant surprise, and I'll tell you why. Let's start with the directing. The way that this director handles his actors in this movie is brilliant because Pierce Brosnan and Jackie Chan both give fantastic performances. They know how to play off of each other when they're on screen together, and they know how to play off the supporting cast. The supporting cast is another thing that I thought was really solid. All of the acting in here was really good, and the performances really carried the movie, and a special shout out to Pierce Brosnan, who is not the number one in this movie, but he really kind of is. He gives a performance here that I think gives credence to why he should be in more movies, because the guy is a phenomenal actor. And you have Jackie Chan, a guy who, of course, doesn't speak much English, but when he delivers dialogue, as awkward as it is sometimes, you still feel his emotion, and that's what a good actor can do. And Jackie Chan gives a really emotional performance here. It's a very straight performance, but at times he sheds the tears, gives you that look on his face, and he really does a very good job of selling this performance. Yeah, the plot is something we have seen before, but it does take twists and turns here that I was not expecting. The plot itself is something that I wasn't expecting. I was thinking this to be one of the more run-of-the-mill, like a Taken movie, or even as generic and cliche as American Assassin was. I watched that, by the way, didn't review it. But no, this takes more of a story route, a serious route, and I liked that. It gives you things that you did not expect going in, and it gives you beautiful shots, great performances, and a very solid direction from Martin Campbell. This is one of those movies that I feel like it could turn into one of those, not a cult classic, but just one of those movies that not a lot of people go and see in theaters, and you catch it on demand, you catch it on television, you're like, man, why did I miss this, or how did I miss this? This is a great TV watch, and I don't mean that as a detriment, I mean that as a good thing. It's something that you're going to see on TV, you're going to want to sit down and get invested into it, and you will. Do you have to see it in a theater? If I'm being honest, no, it's not the best theatrical experience, but it's a very solid film, and that's more than what I was expecting, and I love to be surprised. Okay, if we're talking negatives, I maybe had a few problems. I could bring it down a few notches. First of all, the exposition. This movie is full of it. And there's a big difference between exposition and information. Now, this movie does a pretty good job at balancing information that the audience needs to know and exposition that is forcing it upon the audience. It's just at times it leans into the exposition aspect of it when I'd rather it just do the information part. And it tries to force feed us. I don't need to be fed information. I am very okay with just learning it as we go along, and I wish it would have done less of that. Also, the plot at times, it's a little muddled, and the guys at the end, the bombers per se, you don't care that much about that storyline. You're more focused on Jackie Chan and Pierce Brosnan. When it's there, it's great. When it's in these other places, felt like it kind of lost it a little bit for me. And there are a couple of edits in there that I maybe would have steered clear from. The cinematography was great. There were some beautiful shots, but the edits, the transitions, the way that you went from one take to another take, I didn't love. There were a couple of times that I really noticed that, but otherwise, this was a good film. Not great, not fantastic, not the best movie of the year, but if you want a solid action movie that's maybe not as much action and more of a thriller per se, because I did not get as much fighting as I wanted to get, but I did get a good story, and getting something that you don't expect could make up for something that you expected but didn't get, and that's how I feel about this. I'm going to give The Foreigner a very solid 75%. If you want to go to the movies this weekend, I would say go watch Jackie Chan beat some people up, but hey, that's just me. Tomorrow I have a brand new Netflix review for you and two major trailers trailer reactions. We have Stranger Things Season 2 and The New Mutants. Both of these things have been teased on and off, and I'm pretty sure tomorrow are the days, so keep watching on my channel. Thank you guys for commenting, liking, and subscribing, and I will catch you later. Watch out!